Hello everyone, this is AmberAnkNA here. Welcome to my channel. Well, I play a variety of games and do narrations for fanfics. I'm really hoping you enjoy my content. If you do, make sure to comment below, leave a like, and subscribe with the notifications on. Right, so next time, this is AmberAnkNA. Welcome to my channel. So, hi. As of the coin, the sun was incredible. From their vantage point by the lighthouse, they could see it all. The massive twister in the bay, making its way towards the town, seemed impossibly huge, and it was all her fault. She got an incredible gift, a power she used to save the most important person in the world to her, and she abused it. Screwed reality so much over so many times, any little things, as he created this monster storm. And now her option was to let it destroy Acacia Bay and kill maybe hundreds of people, or back to that day and not save Chloe. To let her best friend, her girlfriend, die alone on the bathroom floor, thinking she'd been abandoned by her. By the world, how does that feel? This was her son. She hadn't known her powers could cause this. Chloe shouldn't be the one to pay for it. She would die before she let Chloe die. She would die. Master's eyes slowly widened as a new thought occurred to her. This was her storm, caused by her powers, her use of them all week. If she didn't use them, couldn't use them, then no storm. Saving Chloe was how she found them, and most of why she used them, which was why sacrificing her could stop the storm. But there was another way. It's a gamble. I can't be sure it work, she thought, turning to look at Chloe again. But I have to try. It's the only thing I can do. I can't let Acacia Bay be destroyed without trying to save it. And I refuse to let Chloe die. Mass, it's time, Chloe said, meeting her gaze. Mass closed her eyes for a moment and took a deep breath, stilling her nerves. Opening them again, she crossed the short distance between her and Chloe and gave her a sad smile. She reached her hand up and rested it on Chloe's cheek, then leaned in and kissed her. The first real kiss. More than that quick peck Chloe had dared her into. The first and their last. The sweet twitter! It was the best farewell gift I could have hoped for, Chloe said as they finally broke the kiss. You're my hero, Mass. Mass threw her arms around her, then, pulling her into a hug. Chloe, I'm so sorry. Whatever happens, I know you're strong enough to deal with it. I love you so much. It was all worth it. You were worth it. And I will never abandon you. Mass! What are... Chloe started, but her words were cut off. Because even as Mass has been hugging her and speaking, she'd been focusing on the photo she was holding behind her. Chloe in the lighthouse vanished in a flash of light, and Mass once again found herself in the girls' bathroom at Blackwell. Straightening up, she threw the newly produced butterfly photo out of her camera and looked at it for a moment. As she did, a new idea dawned on her, and she quickly dug a pen out of her bag. She heard the bathroom door strain open and Nathan enter, ranting to himself. As he quickly saw the writing on the back of the photo, she didn't have long, and she would only get one try at this. The entire point of this was to limit her power use, so she would need to write fast, and time her move to write when he was on the edge. She heard Chloe enter a moment later, heard her breath caught in her throat for a sec. I wonder if it will hurt. The thought floated into her mind unbidden, and she gritted her teeth. It didn't matter. This was the course she had chosen. It was the only option she had. Finishing her notes, she put the pen and the photo in her bag and braced herself, focusing on her breathing to calm her nerves. It was almost time. She just needed to wait for it. Nobody would ever even miss you, punk ass. Where'd they? Nathan cried angrily, and Max knew that was her cue. She pushed off from the wall and stepped out around the corner. Nathan! Her yell echoed through the bathroom, catching both of the other applicants by surprise. Nathan rolled on her, gun in hand, and then a loud bang filled the space. Max felt a sudden pressure in her chest as she stumbled back and struck against the wall, sliding down to sit on the floor. Max? Chloe suddenly shouted and sought. Nathan temporarily forgotten as she ran across the room to the friends she hadn't seen in 5 years. Max looked up at her as she kneeled beside her. She could see her lips moving, but she couldn't hear what she was saying. Behind her, she could see Nathan standing there staring, stunned, frozen. And the world was fading at the edges, going out of focus, but there was no pain. She turned her eyes back toward Chloe. It was hard to focus. She felt so tired, so weak. But she was sure she'd done it. She saved Chloe in the K.O. Bay, and she couldn't help but smile. There was a sudden bright flash, and Chloe looked around herself in confusion. She'd just been with Max at the lighthouse. She talked her into going back, letting her die to save the town. So, how was she at home, in her room, laying in bed smoking? Sitting up and looking around, she could tell there was no storm raging outside, but it looked like one had raged inside her room. The place hadn't exactly been clean the last time she'd been there, but it was even more of a mess now. Clothes showed everywhere. The dresser pulled out of her dressers. Posters whipped from the walls and tossed to the floor with various new graffiti she didn't recognize in their place. And the wall behind her bed was covered in Polaroids. What the hell? She mumbled, taking it all in. The world had changed? Did Max do this? How? And why did she still remember the previous reality? She didn't remember what Max had changed before. Maybe the hug? Have the contact with Max when she changed history pulled her into this new reality? But what does he do? She wondered. How did she stop the storm and still save her? A sudden and indefinable panic settled on her, and she turned to look for her phone, to check her text or to call Max. She didn't see her phone next to her bed, but she did see her journal and picked it up. Flipping it open, she found the most recent entry was dated October 11th. Today. She quickly started flipping back to find Monday and froze. The butterfly photo had just slid out of her journal from between the pages of her entry for Monday. Most things dotted the journal page like it had been out in the wind, or... Chloe took a deep breath as she read the entry. Maths! Been a while since I written you a letter. You never read. You, at least. But this one is different. You never read those because I never sent them. You never read this one because you're gone. Really and truly gone. I was so mad at you for so long. I needed my best friend and you abandoned me. Moved on like it didn't even matter. Until today. I still don't know where you came from. How you were there. Sit with Nathan went hella bad. And there you were. Like a ninja. You would have stopped me. But he would have stopped me. But you jumped out and you saved me. Chloe spoke back a sob. New things appearing on the page of her journal. There was more written, but she didn't need to read it. Clenching the journal to her chest and bowing her head as she cried, she knew what happened. Max used the photo to go back, as she suggested, but she hadn't let her die. She sacrificed herself instead. Why? She asked the empty room as she doubled over, hugging the journal tight against her. Nathan had been her problem. That moment in the bathroom had been her mistake. That bullet had been meant for her. Master's words from moments ago at the lighthouse drifted through her mind again. She said it was all worth it, that she was worth it, but she was such a fuck-up. How could anyone care about her so much that they would... She made way to tears as he noticed the Polaroid laying in her lap. The butterfly photo had landed upside down and there was writing on the back. That hadn't been there before. In the previous reality, wiping her eyes, she stooped it up and read, Chloe, there's so much I wish I could tell you, but I don't have the time. I'm sorry I didn't keep in touch. You deserved better. You're dealing with so much, but I know you'll be okay. 'Cause you're strong. You're amazing. And remember, even when we're apart, we're together. Forever. Goodbye. S.O. Masso. First tears rolled down Chloe's cheek as she traced a finger over the words. Mass was wrong about one thing, though. She wasn't the amazing one. Mass was. Goodbye, Super Mass. Hi everyone. This is AmberAnkNA 2000 again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Because, I really did enjoy making it. But, so I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe with the notifications on down below. Till next time, bye!